So you're thinking about moving to the greater Cleveland area and you're not quite sure what suburb you want to land in? Well, today we're going to go over one of those hidden gems that I think a lot of people overlook when they're starting to look for a home in this area, and that is going to be Seven Hills, Ohio. Now, I grew up in a city that borders Seven Hills, so I spent a lot of time over this way just hanging out with my friends, and every time I was here I had a fantastic experience. I don't think anyone could go wrong with choosing this as their next home. Now, my name is Sam Oler, and I'm a realtor in the greater Cleveland area, and I help a ton of people move here every year, whether they're looking to move in a couple weeks or a couple months. I've got programs that are gonna make your life a lot easier, so definitely reach out to me. But we need to get back into today's topic, which is Seven Hills, Ohio. Now, a lot of people consider Seven Hills to be an extension of Parma, and I think that's an unfair classification just because the city is so vastly different compared to Parma, but it is grouped in with that school district, so I can see why some people may classify it like that. Now, Seven Hills is about 20 minutes south of Cleveland, so it is very easy to get to downtown from the city itself, and with it being pretty central, you can get to all of the surrounding suburbs for Cleveland very quickly as well. Seven Hills borders Parma, Broadview Heights, Independence, and parts of Brooklyn. And the city itself was incorporated as a village in 1927, and it was reincorporated as a city in 1961. And according to one tradition, Seven Hills got its name because of the 7 local hills. Others believe that it was derived from the 7 hills of Rome. Now, my particular view of it is because of the geographic location. At the very north side of the city is going to be the lowest point, and if you drive all the way down Broadview Road to the south side of Seven Hills, you actually get a pretty cool view of Cleveland off in the distance. So if you're living in the area and you get that view of downtown every day, I think it's a really cool thing to take advantage of because not a lot of places in Cleveland are going to have an opportunity like that. Now, as far as the housing market in Seven Hills goes, your average price point is going to land right around $258,000, and that price is actually up 1.4% since last year, which is pretty surprising because it's still growing even though our market is starting to plateau after all of this craziness. And it's mildly competitive to get in and actually buy one here, so houses are selling for about 1% above list price in 10 days or so. But your hot homes, which are the ones that have been recently renovated or had some extensive work done to them, maybe newly built, are going to be selling within about that 6% price range above the list price in about 3 days. So compared to some of the other suburbs in Cleveland, you're gonna be able to get into this one with a little bit more ease, and you're not gonna break the bank while you're doing it. The home prices here are very much in line with the city's average. Now, you're gonna be able to find homes in that 250 range all the way up to that 600 range, and the 600 range is gonna give you a bigger house that's probably newly built or at least built within the last 15 years. A lot of the houses that are in that lower to mid-price range are going to be sprawling ranches or some sort of split-level home. And as you drive through the different neighborhoods that are in Seven Hills, you're gonna notice that they all look the same. So those split levels are gonna be mixed in with the ranches, and the newer developments are all going to have the same feeling as well. Another thing that I wanna note that I really like about the city that's just one of those minute touches is going to be the street signs. They're almost designed to look more elegant and historic, which I think is a really cool feature that the city has. So pay attention to that if you're ever driving through the area. Now, as far as the types of people that are moving here, you're gonna find a lot coming from California, you're gonna have some coming from New York, you're also gonna have some coming from Washington, D.C. So with those cities making up the majority of the people who move here, a lot of the others who are moving are going to be from within Ohio. And if you move here, you're probably gonna experience the majority of the people who have lived in the area the majority of their lives. As far as walkability goes for this city, almost all of the streets are gonna have some sort of sidewalk. However, they're very big developments that have been made, so you're not going to be able to walk to a grocery store or something like that very easily. You're going to have to drive to get to the 2 main shopping plazas, which I'll go over a little bit later in this video. And with that, you're probably going to need at least 1 car. However, if you're like me, you're probably going to want to have 2 cars available so that if someone else in the family needs it, they have the opportunity to without hindering your ability to go somewhere else. Now, a big factor into where people move is going to be the high school that their kids are going to go to. So like I said earlier, Seven Hills is bulked in with the Parma City School District, and the Seven Hills school is going to be Normandy High School. It's ranked pretty average, about 4,300 in the nation, and it is ranked number 168 in Ohio according to US News, and that gives them a scorecard of 75, which shows how ready their students are for post-high school life, whether they're going to go into the workforce or if they're going to continue their education in college. Normandy's got a lot of opportunity as far as the students getting involved, so they're gonna have a bunch of different sports to choose from throughout the year. Over in the fall, they're gonna have the opportunity to choose from cross country, football, golf, cheer, soccer, and volleyball. And in the winter, they're gonna be able to choose from different sports like swimming, basketball, hockey, cheer, wrestling. And come spring, they're gonna be able to participate in different sports like baseball, tennis, softball, and even track. Now, if the students aren't really a sporting type, they still have the opportunity to get involved after hours. They are going to be able to get into different clubs like band, choir, academic challenge, advisory boards, book club, chess club, drama, environmental club, key club, National Honor Society, ski club, Spanish club, student government, yearbook, and there's even more activities on the website that they have the option to choose from. So I was a product of the Parma City School District, not Normandy in particular, but I think Normandy is a great option for any student to go to and graduate from. Another important thing that is going to drive where people move to this area is going to be the proximity to their workplace. And like I mentioned earlier, you're very central to the city and close to highways, so you're going to be able to get almost anywhere in the greater Cleveland area in less than 30 minutes. And with that, there's about 34,000 jobs that are available in the Seven Hills area within a certain radius around it. Now, there's so many different types of jobs available on that list, and they're going to range everywhere from about a $30,000 salary all the way up to a $200,000 salary. So depending on your expertise, you have the opportunity to make some good money here. The average jobs in this area seem to be between the $50,000 and $80,000 mark, so that's just an idea of what you can expect to get as far as the majority of the jobs. But like I said, it really depends on what you specialize in. Over in Seven Hills, you're going to find a population of about 12,000 people, and the average household income is right around $95,000. So it could be split between two people or just one high income earner. There's a lot of different variations that go into it. The majority of the people here are probably going to be doing some sort of white collar work, and the population is pretty split between people who have graduated from college and people who chose not to further their education after high school. So when you move to a different city, you're probably going to be shopping and going to some sort of restaurant in the area, and Seven Hills has some fantastic options. Both on the north and the south side, you're going to have the ability to choose from a lot of the same stores. So you're going to have different brand name grocery stores like Aldi, Giant Eagle, Meijer, Acme, and there's so many more than I can name here. So I guess the point that I'm getting at is that there is no shortage of grocery shopping. You're gonna have a super easy time no matter where you live in the city to get to a store very quickly. And there's two main shopping centers. One's gonna be on the north side, one's gonna be on the south side. And in both of them, you're gonna find your grocery stores mixed with restaurants, gyms, and some other different smaller stores as well. Now, if you're looking for a recommendation as far as restaurants go, I definitely would check out Boss Chicken Beer on the south side of Seven Hills. I went there and grabbed some lunch the other day and had a chicken sandwich that was their summertime chicken sandwich, I guess. And it had a mixture of cucumbers, tomatoes, feta, and even a raspberry vinaigrette on it. And it was not like something I've ever tasted before. And it was absolutely fantastic. So if you find yourself in the area, go try that. If you want a different style of food, you can go check out Banchan, which is an Asian fusion restaurant. And if you need something for breakfast or lunch, you can go to Demetrio's Family Restaurant. Now, living in the area, you're probably going to want to get involved with the community somehow and just participate in some of the activities that they have to offer. And there's no shortage here. You have the opportunity to go to a bunch of different parks, and some of those will include everything from John Glenn Park to Summit View Park, Calvin Park, Valleywood Park, North Park, and even Cricket Lane Park. Now, at these parks, you're gonna find different jungle gyms, sitting areas, tennis courts, baseball fields. There's just a lot of opportunities to go out and get active, which I think is super important for a lot of people here because we don't get a lot of sunny days in Cleveland. This gives a good chance for someone to get out no matter what their interests are. Along with the parks, the city's recreation department also organizes a lot of different events throughout the year. They're gonna have a lot of different things available to the families and kids, including park concerts, kids tree lighting, and even the home days, which is a big festival they throw every year during the summertime. If you're finding yourself needing more additional activities, you can work your way up into Cleveland. There's a great nightlife there. You can catch a lot of different shows, whether it be at the House of Blues or Playhouse Square. There's a bunch of different museums that you can choose from and other tourist attractions that are great to go visit. If you want to work your way up over into the northwest side, you have the opportunity to go to the different boutiques and restaurants over in Tremont, Ohio City, and Lakewood. And while you're up there, you also have the opportunity to go hang out on the lake. So if you think about it, between the location and everything that Seven Hills has to offer, it's one of those places that is just a great spot to be no matter who you are. I do not think you'll regret it if you end up moving here. However, everyone's subject to their own likes and dislikes. So if you're wanting to move to this area, definitely reach out to me. You can find all my contact information down in the description. And while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe because it's going to keep you up to date with everything that I have going on along with the Cleveland area. I try to keep you updated as far as real estate and different activities to do in Cleveland. So if that all interests you, make sure you subscribe. But with all that being said, I'm gonna leave the video there. I'll catch you in the next one.